Up a week 1 career high in passing yards with an even better week 2 performance, passing for 417 yards, 4 touchdowns, both personal best. Buffalo 2-0, sitting atop the AFC East. Bills Mafia is smiling. On that note, let's bring in the man himself, Josh Allen. Josh, so good to have you with us. My personal favorite moment was when you gave your mom the game ball, but I'm a sucker for things like that. Everyone else was more impressed by the touchdowns. So good to have you here. Couple things I want to talk to you about. So your coach, Sean McDermott, said you have ice water in your veins. Then I'm seeing on Twitter that you should be the MVP through the first 2 games, you and Russell Wilson. How confident are you in yourself and in your team in your 3rd year?
Well, I mean, thanks for having me on first off here. But, you know, it's 2 weeks in, and I don't want to jump the horse on anything and get in front of anything. You know, we're just trying to do our job over here in Buffalo, and we got a lot of guys that are true professionals that are working hard. Coach McDermott's leading us in the right direction, and really just trying to follow what he's got in store for us. So just trying to do our job, and you know, the first 2 weeks have been good. We've been executing at a pretty high level, but we know who we got coming in on Sunday, a very good Rams team with some playmakers on defense that we got to be ready for. So that's really what we're focusing on right now.
Josh, thanks for joining us, and congratulations so far early in the season on an excellent 2 games. Whenever a big, young, strong, athletic quarterback with a big arm comes into the league, you see that he has potential, but the real question is, will he develop? Will he be accurate down the field? And last year I watched it and I said, okay, I think the jury's out on him. Obviously he's confident, he has a big arm, he's big, strong, and athletic. His team seems to believe in him. But I need to see this guy accurate down the field, which is what you've been so far this year.
Josh, definitely impressed with what I'm seeing from you, my man. Congratulations. These first 2 games, you complete about 70% of your passes. 6 touchdowns, not a single interception. Very impressive. That's the good side. The bad side is that it was against Miami and the Jets, but that's a different subject for another day. We all know when we look at the Buffalo Bills what you're going to get judged by, whether or not you guys are ready to knock off and dethrone the perennial AFC East champion, New England Patriots. I want to know what the team's mindset is when it comes to that. And also with you, I want to know whether or not you think you need to run the football a little bit more. You've got some wheels on you, and when you run the football effectively, that does a lot of things for your offense. Talk to me about that.
Yeah, one, I just want to start off with, I'm going to do anything that requires us to win a football game, and do anything in my power to help us be put in a position to win a football game. 2, like we said, our team goal is to win a Super Bowl. And I think the best way to do that is to win our division and allow ourselves to have a home field or at least a home game in the playoffs. And I think, you know, Coach McDermott preaches playoff caliber, and that's kind of our standard around here. And again, nothing's changed. I think every year, every team is thinking, you know, let's get to the playoffs, let's win the Super Bowl, and it's no different for us. But we understand what's at stake here, and we understand that having a home playoff game really sets yourself up for some good success.
Is there another one? Could there be someone, I don't know, a quarterback from the AFC East? Should we even include that one? Let's go, Buffalo. Here comes your boy, Josh Allen. Waiting, looking, should I throw? Wait, no, I'm going to go back this way. Oh, I'm going to throw it away. No, I'm not. I'm Josh Allen. I was raised on a cantaloupe farm. Ah, get off me, and you get off me. This is so good. All right, let's unwrap this thing. Let's unwrap the angry foil. Oh, my gosh. That's a linebacker. That's a D lineman. There is no reason a quarterback should be doing that. Give me a freeze. Sit. Listen, I love Kyle Van Noy. We all do. Great guy, incredible player, Super Bowl champ. Josh Allen is putting him in timeout. You sit here and you think about what you did, and now I'm going to up my game. As Nate's always saying, life's about leveling up. I'm going to go to a D lineman. Unpause it. Enough of these linebackers. I don't mess with them. Too small for me. Let me go up to the D lineman. Roll the S. We did it. Another one. Guys, that is about 500 pounds. Josh Allen came here to do 2 things. Lead the NFL in passing and truck some dudes, and we're all out of passes. Josh Allen, you are a lunatic, and you might ask at home, hey, Brant, has a quarterback ever won angry runs before? Has a quarterback? This quarterback's won it 2 years ago. We used to hand out a cheesy trophy. Yes. There it is as a rook. As a rookie, Josh Allen won this thing. Will he win it again? Look at the size of those hands. Look at the size of those incisors. That is an angry leader of an undefeated team. But does he get the scepter? Does he get the scepter? For that, I take a breath. I go on the defibrillator and I hand it over to the angry council. What say you, friends?
I'm going to go Josh Allen easy. Was that 53 is Van Noy, right? Not only does he give Van Noy the business, but then breaks another tackle. It is unbelievable. And it wasn't momentum. He wasn't running full speed. It was sheer force, sheer strength to get through those guys. It's Josh Allen, and no question.
I'm going to go with K on this one. Kyle, it wasn't just Kyle Van Noy. It was Emmanuel Ogbah, who weighs in at about 300 pounds also. Nate, I love a one-on-one with KZ. That's good. Josh Allen tossed a linebacker and a defensive lineman and kept the ball moving forward. I got to go with the big cantaloupe farmer, Josh Allen. Kyle, that's my pick, too. I got 2-1 here.
That's the people's pick. Josh Allen's getting the scepter. Oh, my goodness. Ogbah, no. Van Noy, no. You could have marched out Ronnie Lott and Ray Lewis. Anybody you want, Josh Allen is running through them. Guess what? We're going to put this in a nice, beautiful box, and we're going to send it to Western New York. We're going to send it right here to Josh. Look at the fire in that thing as you attempt to go 3-0. Josh Allen, my goodness, you young maniac. You are the angry runner of the week. Welcome to the Interceptor World Tour, my friend. Boom! Angry runs, week 2.
Let's begin with what was, I think, the game of the day. Exciting game, maybe a Super Bowl preview, who the hell knows. Rams at Bills. And, Chris, look, every week when we decide to start Football Night in America, best thing you saw right out of the gates, it's always Josh Allen for you, but Josh Allen really was the best thing that you saw on Sunday. After watching the game again, do you still feel as strongly about Josh Allen being the best thing you saw on Sunday?
I definitely do. Yeah, I do. I mean, again, and like, obviously I like Josh Allen. I'm a fan of his. I became more of a fan of his because, this certain group that wouldn't give him any respect either when he got in the NFL or he left with college. It was always just trying to put him down. And usually when you do to the guys like that are talented, I want to latch on and go, let's go, put him up. Here we go. And the last 3 weeks, I realistically think he's been the best thing I've seen on Sunday. I mean, when it comes time to do talk and, we don't know the end of the 4 o'clock games. Maybe I would have picked Russell Wilson if I saw that game in totality last week, certainly. But it's the Josh Allen show in Buffalo. Everything they're doing is predicated because Josh Allen has a skill set that is scary, scary good. It is up there. I'm not going to say with Mahomes, but it's the next level guy down right now. It really is. I mean, all the things they do with him. I mean, you talk about throwing the ball down the play, okay? Throwing the ball down the field, aggressive that way. He extends plays. They're running quarterback option, wishbone stuff to the left, quarterback draws, option to the right for touchdowns. And they do some of the Mahomes stuff, too, where they just tell him, hey, drop back really deep, and we're going to send people deep, really far down the field. And he either makes a great throw or he's created space like Mahomes to where then he avoids the pass rush and makes other great plays off schedule. So he is absolutely a baller in the NFL right now. And we know Mahomes is the best quarterback in the game, and Russell Wilson's probably played the best through 3 weeks of football. There's no doubt about that. But Josh Allen is nipping at the heels of both of those guys to be like, hey, I'm pretty awesome too. And there's no doubt. It is the Josh Allen show, and what they're doing right now is because of him and his skill, and they built something around him.
But not probable to have anybody above Russell Wilson in the MVP discussion. Key made a very compelling case for Aaron Rodgers. You want to make a compelling case for someone else.
Well, I said it last week that I would put Josh Allen at the top of the list. You're not going to get a huge argument out of me for Russell Wilson, but when I look at Josh Allen and I go, okay, who's doing as much or more for their football team than anybody? It's Josh Allen. And then go to yesterday's game. They take the huge lead, all right, and then the bogus PI happens or the bogus interception happens. But then and Key, you know this, like that fourth quarter drive comes, and they get 3rd and 22, and they convert it because of him. And then they get 3rd and 25, and they convert it because of him. And if that was Aaron, or if that was Russell, or Tom, or Drew, we would be making a much bigger deal about that drive and those 2 conversions. And they win the game because of Josh Allen. And this has kind of become a story of his career. But this year right now, you can make the case that this is as complete a football team as there is in the NFL. They're as well coached a football team, maybe outside of New England, as there is in the NFL. And now they've got a quarterback that teams are looking at and going, dude, if they get into the fourth quarter, this kid's good enough to go win the game for them because it's happening so consistently. So he's become a dual threat, and I'd put him at the MVP, at the top of the list for MVP.
Well, when you came in here, Nick, you were like, Josh Allen, it's sort of like a moment when the quarterback hits heads with the offensive lineman. Like there's a vibe to this as well.
That whole team is playing with him, and he is bringing a certain energy with that team. And you see it defensively, offensively. When the quarterback runs off the field and your defensive starting linebackers are out there headbutting your quarterback, I mean, that's fun. You're having fun. So, Josh Allen, I know there was a moment where the Buffalo fans were holding their breath because he went out with a little shoulder injury, but he comes back out there and he's lights out. I mean, the arm strength that he has, his ability to put the ball where it needs to be. I mean, look at this throw. I mean, that's it. I think anyone could throw that one. But the one in particular was down close to the goal line there. That throw is a great throw. His ability to put the ball where it needs to be is very impressive. And not only that, his arm strength. You were seeing his career and everything, the trajectory of where he's going from his rookie year. I mean, to start this game, he had 10 touchdown throws. His rookie year, he threw 10 touchdown throws. So right now, I mean, his trajectory, I think, is just going to continue to climb.
So she said it earlier, obviously Russell Wilson is getting a lot of the MVP talk. It's very early in the season, but you hear Josh Allen's name sort of in the same conversation. How should we be viewing him?
I mean, he definitely could be in that race when you see the things that he's doing on the football field right now. Everyone was talking about the accuracy. It was like that was the question mark. But I feel like the offseason and last year especially, he's growing as a quarterback, and he's becoming more accurate, more deadly in the pocket, which he's a big guy. He can run, he can scramble for first downs, and he can throw. I mean, that's impressive.
Yeah, I'm so glad that you brought that up, Nick, because that's, and I want to bring Tim in on this conversation. Like, nobody's more synonymous, I think, with the word roller coaster, right, than Josh Allen, because you are going to get some of those ridiculous displays of athleticism, but his decision-making has been an issue for him since he's been in the league. Why this sudden change?
Well, listen, he still made some pretty risky decisions, but he gets away with a lot of it because he's a superior athlete and a superior thrower in many cases. So, look, I think that the decision-making will improve as he gets coached, as it has. But I also think that there are times that he will be aggressive with the football, but he gets away with it because he's so talented. And that's not really any different than somebody like Aaron Rodgers or Russell Wilson. Both of those guys aggressive with the football, but they also take care of it. And so I think Josh Allen, to Rob's point in terms of the trajectory, which way he's trending to making better decisions, but also still kind of overpowering you with his athleticism.
And for the Bills, Josh Allen is having an MVP-like start. His 15 touchdowns are tied for the third most through 4 games in NFL history. He's also on the Dan wagon. It all adds up to the Bills having a 78% chance to win the AFC East, something they haven't done since 1995. So, Dan, put you on the spot right here. Which team is the best in the AFC East?
It's the Buffalo Bills. Right now, their quarterback's playing better. Right now, their tailbacks are playing just as good. Right now, they have a significantly better skill position group. Right now, their front seven's probably playing just as good as New England's. Now, New England's secondary is definitely playing better. But they got a guy who's top 3 voting right now as MVP in the NFL. And they're versatile on offense. The receivers, as good as New England's secondary is, their receivers will match up just as well. And they've got enough pieces to be able to be explosive and attack this New England Patriots defense that isn't last year. They're giving up more explosive passes than they were last year. And this offense still, once they're going to play a team that's going to go, we're going to shut down your run. We know Cam's going to be a runner. We're going to force you to throw the football against a good secondary. I still don't believe that this Patriots offense is going to be able to do that.
Mina, break the tie here at the top of the AFC East. Bills or Patriots?
I'm sticking with the Bills because when I look at these two teams, unit versus unit, I think the biggest gap is between the skill players. The Patriots skill players sometimes out there look about as awkward as Dan pretending like he went to the club in college. Meanwhile, the Bills have one of the best groups in the NFL, and I think that's going to be the difference between these two teams, so I cannot wait to see this matchup.
15 total touchdowns and has led the Bills to a perfect 4-0 record to start the season. Brett Favre has taken notice of the young QB and has high expectations for him. In a radio interview, Favre said, quote, Josh Allen will be the new Tom Brady. At some point, he will be running the division.